Aloha everybody and welcome to part 10 of Mega Man ZX. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking on the remaining Pseudoroids. We've taken out the first four, now we're taking on the second four. None of these Pseudoroids really have a new biometal for us, in that we're not going to get a new play style. This level will get us the second part of Leviathan's biometal, and that will increase her weapon energy bar. It will also give her another attack she can use, because we can't use her super special attack yet. But for the most part, we've gotten all the four main biometals that we could get. Anyway, this level has the easiest life up in the game by far. It's expected that if you're playing this level, you have the Leviathan biometal. There's a lot of spiked hallways you can't possibly traverse without swimming through it. You just walk in this door, and there it is. There are 4 life-ups in the whole entire game, and right there it is. Simple as that. Just pick it up, boom. So, that's all fine and dandy. I think that's going to be the one life-up, aside from, like, the highway one, which, again, doesn't really require any effort to collect, that everyone's probably going to pick up, so... So anyway, this is our first time really going through a level as Model L. Model L, Leviathan. She can swim through the water. And of course, there's a whole bunch of pathways with just spikes in the ceiling, spikes on the floor, and you'll have to navigate Model L through all that. And basically how it works is, normally you could just play it as if you were not in water. Like, you could just jump and your character will land right back on the ground. You can dash, you can wall jump and stuff. But essentially what you do is you push the jump button again into air, and then it decides that your character is going to remain stationary in the water, and at that point you can move her, or him, wherever you want, until you decide to push the jump button again, and at that point your character will drop back right down to the floor. So that's how that works. This sub-boss is pretty simple. He has this one move where he shoots out these 4 fish. I just like to jump up and start spinning that trident, because that's what she does, or he. I know I'm playing as Vent, but I always think of it as if I'm playing as Leviathan, and she was a female character, so I can't really help it. But when you jump in the water and you're floating in the water, and then you use the attack button, she spins her lance, trident, pike, whatever, I don't care. And in a circle, and that's the best way to effectively take out all those fish. And for the most part, I just use a solitary single swing whenever those tentacles pop up. If you let the tentacles get out far enough, they'll eventually start shooting energy pellets at you and stuff. But if you're fast enough, if you react to where the tentacles are coming from, you can take them out no problem. So that sub-boss isn't too much to worry about. I didn't really show this off when I got Model L, but Model L also has one move that we have right now. We don't need the second biometal piece to do it. If you hold the weapon button and charge it up until you have like this green aura around you, when you let go, Model L will release a block of ice. And if you're underwater, that block of ice will float all the way to the top. And then you can use it to actually jump out of the top of water, since you can't, like, Echo the Dolphin right out. You can't do a big friggin' woo, like, zoom out. So you use the block of ice, it will float to the top, and using that, you can get the data disk like I just did, and stuff like that. So, you know. It's also another way to get the life up in the level Area F that we got Leviathan in the first place. If for some reason you defeated Fafnir, but you didn't defeat Highvolt, because, you know, that's how that works. Anyway, folks, we're already at the Pseudoroid. This is Leganchor. He's big. You should respect your elders and listen to us old folk. I don't usually listen to shady types like you that go around and hide the truth, so don't expect any respect from me. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, little one. I am the Model L Pseudoroid, Leganchor. It looks like I'll have to teach you some respect. Okay, so this guy is huge. He always stays right in the middle of the screen, and you're basically just reacting to a lot of his attacks. He's an ice-type robot, so Fafnir is the guy you want to use, and I'm going to customize his busters so that one goes straight ahead and one just goes straight, and then at the last minute it goes up. Because this guy's pretty damn easy. All you really have to do is stand in one little corner, whether it's the right or the left, and occasionally you can activate Overdrive for Fafnir, and when you do that, his pellets turn into fire pellets, shaving off a lot of health. If you stand in the sides, he will occasionally turn on his fans to try and suck you up into his turbines, but if you keep mashing the A button and moving the control pad a whole bunch, you can get out of it no problem. He'll occasionally shine searchlights on you, and when that happens, you can just jump immediately as soon as the searchlight connects with you, because he'll just send like these hooks like right at you, and you can just jump over it, no problem. The ice dragons he occasionally spawns, they're slow enough, but if you use the Fafnir bullets that just go straight ahead, you can take out the ice dragons no problem. And occasionally he'll freeze the walls, freeze the ground, so you can't wall jump to the top. But I don't want to go up. I want to stay where I am, so it doesn't really matter. Again, that is a stupid easy boss fight to handle when you know exactly what you're doing. How could anyone give my power to someone like that? I'm sorry, it'll take some time to recover the password. I'll make sure it's available before you have to take on Model W. So yeah, that is Leganchor, ladies and gentlemen. And now we found another data disk, which is going to give us some more exposition! Vent, the data disk is... Yeah, the recon unit report is on it. The recon unit was wiped out by the act of one of our own. His name is Serpent, and he was always the one most interested in the Model W fragment. He erased the research data and vanished with the biometal. I've never heard of a Maverick that powerful. Model W must have transformed him into something else. We now know that Model W has the power to create an enemy much more terrifying than the Mavericks. I only hope that our sacrifice bought the commander enough time to escape. I don't have much longer. I pray that this data doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Serpent was awfully worried about that data leaking out. He must have known the reaction the people of this country would have if they knew the truth. Send the data disk along with your mission report. We can't allow the information contained on it to get out until we know exactly what it is. Alright, I'll send it. Sis, she must have gotten away while the others protected her. Sounds like Model W has a very soul edge, the one ring to rule them all. You know, Majora's Mask kind of effect on people. So you don't want to be exposed to Model W. We can now activate Model L's super attack, her extra attack, and her weapon energy has gotten that much higher. Again, your weapon energy goes the highest when you got a level 4 victory, and in case you were wondering what the weak point of Leganchor was, he has the giant wind turbines that suck you up, are essentially his weak point, and if you climb all the way to the top of the wall and start shooting at those with the Z-Buster or something, you would have done mega damage. But again, with Fafnir's targeting, with the fact that you can curve his bullets and just shoot at him from below, Leganchor doesn't really need any trouble at all to get a level 4 victory. And just stand there and boop, 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 dead. Okay. Like, even if I wasn't activating Overdrive to make my bullets all fire-based and whatnot, it's still, like, kind of sad how limited his attack patterns are, and how he just really can't stand a chance against me when I'm just standing in the corner like that, so, that is one easy Suitoroid. One easy Suitoroid indeed. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So that's it for this particular mission, ladies and gentlemen. We have secured the data. And right now I'm going to show you a fully charged... There you are. So, how it works is, when you charge up your weapon energy, you eventually glow yellow. And when you glow yellow, you don't just let go of the button. That will still create the ice rock that helps you get up to places you can't normally. What you have to do is you have to hold up on the control pad, and when you hold up on the control pad and then let go of the button, she sends out this ice dragon, which can be used outside of water. You don't need to be inside water for it to be effective. It moves pretty slow, but it always homes in on the closest enemy that's around. And when you use it on electric-type robots, it is very powerful and very effective. But it's still slow, but it homes in, and those dragons are pretty damn swell. I think if you hit one target, the dragon immediately evaporates and crumbles, so you'll have to charge up another one just to release, just to hit a second enemy or something, so keep that in mind. But, you know, with both pieces of Model L up to level 4, I'm good to go. Model L is complete. We got our password, everything's hunky-dory. And now I'm investigating the very opening cutscene area where Jiro and Vent were, thanks to the power of Harpuya's air dashing. I don't really need to go up here, I'm just showing you where some data disks and stuff are, but, you know. If I'm near a data disk, I might as well take advantage of it, why not? But yeah, is Model L useful outside of the water areas? She's got a very slow swing with the melee weapon, with her pike, spear, trident, whatever the hell you call it. And, I guess her homing dragon is useful sometimes. I mean, it can home in. It's slow, but it homes in on whatever. It's still not one of my go-to forms. I know earlier I said maybe Phantom was my least favorite biometal. I say that mainly on the basis that when you're actually in water levels, Leviathan's pretty fun to play around with, but yeah, I guess outside of water levels, she's not really useful. She's not really the go-to biometal in the game. But, you know, that is how Model L works, and now we know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, in Part 11, we shall be going for the next Pseudoroid. Till then.